I'm Noah with Highline. I've been here for, I want to say about 2 years now. I'm one of the network techs. I'm the person that you usually see when you sign up and go for your install. I'm one of the people that'll show up to your house to get everything set up for you. So when you sign up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to talk to somebody on the phone. They're going to gather all your information. They're going to tell you when and how much it would, how much work it would require for us to get the service to you. Generally, if you're calling, you probably already see the stuff in front of your house, so that means your house is serviceable. So when we show up the first time, you're going to see a guy show up with a truck and a trailer and this big rig onto the trailer, and you're going to be wondering what the heck are they doing. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be running a line from one of our pedestals on the side of the road, and they're going to mount what we call the NID, an interface device, on the side of the house. Now that machine, it is pretty heavy and you would think it would destroy your yard pretty bad, but surprisingly it does not leave much. You're going to see some tracks, maybe a minuscule amount of a trench, but that trench is packed back in. You give it a week or two, you won't even notice it anymore. And when they're doing that, they're running that line from that box to the house. It goes roughly about a foot down underground, so that way you don't have to worry about hitting it. We make sure we stay clear of all your utilities and any other things in the ground. And then when they get that line ran, they're going to splice it into the box, make the two fibers into one, and then they're also going to splice it in on the box inside of your house, make that two into one. After that, then they're making sure everything is okay, checking the signal, and then once that's okay, it'll get pushed on to the next installer. And that way, when you have your scheduled date for your install, no matter the time, whether it's an AM, PM, whatever the time, that installer will come here, they'll run through everything they're going to do with you. They're going to let you know if there's any modifications they need to do to your house, and then they're going to go with the route that you and the installer choose together to get the service installed. So with the install, you're going to get a couple pieces of different equipment in the house. The first thing that we always install is what we call the modem, or the ONT. It gets mounted onto your wall. It has this little tray that is a bugger to pull off, to where all the fiber will spool up in here to protect it, so that way nobody can actually hurt it. Protects you as a customer, so that way nobody has to come out and rerun it, and it lasts forever. Now this little thing here, it's actually more of the brains of the operation. What this is going to be doing is the fiber is going to plug into this bottom port here, and then from there it's going to convert it into an Ethernet connection, and the Ethernet connection is then going to go up into the router. In our router, I've never seen any as good as this one before. Pretty big one, but it's worth the size. It has these ports on the rear end of it. We got our WAN port. This one we like to keep for us. That's going to be your feeder port to make sure that you can actually broadcast the speeds that we're giving out. These ports here you get for anything that you want to do, whether you want to hardwire your video games, your computers, your cameras, your printers, anything like that, you can hardwire into here. This thing does have some pretty darn good range on it. Every house is different, but I have seen these at some points go almost a 16th to an 1/8 of a mile in certain areas. Every house is different, so there is no guarantees, and that's why when the tech is in your house, they're going to survey your whole house, make sure there is no empty spots.